It's that nigga everybody knew, aka the realest nigga in a robe, aka Blase, aka the drippiest nigga on YouTube, man. Shut the fuck up! God damn! Man, I'm sorry. If you hear something, it's my dogs playing with a goddamn bone. They don't know how to shut up. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about that. But anyways, man, it's that nigga everybody knew, and I'm back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Back with another video, man. Yes, sir. Today, man. You know what I'm saying? Before we get started, bro, yesterday I was supposed to upload a video, but I actually recorded the video, you know what I'm saying? Uploaded it, did the thumbnail, all that, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I went to post it. It was goddamn copyrighted. Like the YouTube copyrighted. I guess I was like reacting to the cheapskates or something like that, and I guess you can't react to that. I guess it's all copyrighted. So I did all that, bro. I was supposed to upload a whole video yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to go daily. But man, YouTube fucked me over, man. Pause. But yeah, man, I did all that, and then I didn't want to record another one. Like my girl was over, you know what I'm saying? I was tired and shit. Like I did all that for nothing, basically. But you know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. We back here today. You know what I'm saying? And today we're reacting to the top 10 scariest last words from prison inmates from death row. You know what I'm saying? So people are on death row. People are on death row have last words before, you know what I'm saying, they get killed or executed. You know what I'm saying? And these are their top 10 scariest last words. Bro, I'm so tight I didn't upload yesterday, man. It's not a streak no more. But yeah, man, we here today. And let's get it. Without further ado, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the social medias down below. Without further ado, it's that nigga everybody knew. And let's get into the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm goddamn drippy as shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is not a regular white tee. This is Gucci, you know what I'm saying? This is Louis. The Louis robe, you know what I'm saying? The realest nigga in the robe. Let's get into the video, man. Shit.
Any regrets?
Oh, hold on. Fuck. Alright. Hold on. Turn my camera. Let's get it. Hold on.
Yes, I do. Yes. If I could take things back, I would.
Death row inmates are given one last opportunity to say their final words. This opportunity is usually given at the absolute last minute before the prisoner is executed. So here's the top 10 scary last words from prison inmates part 3. If you guys missed part 2, you guys can click right over here. How's it going, YouTube? I'm your host for this one, Landon Dalletsing. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you guys aren't already subscribed here, what the started in at number 10 with Gary Gilmore. During a robbery, Gilmore shot a man twice in the head, even though he was cooperating with his demand. The next day, he attempted to rob a motel, and he ended up fatally shooting the manager in the head. He confessed to the police that he killed 2 people in cold blood, but he was only tried for one of the murders because there wasn't enough physical evidence against him for the other murder. I mean, what the heck? If someone admits to a crime, isn't that enough? Well, the judge sentenced him to a death penalty.
Facts, bro. If somebody admits to a crime, bro,
and he had a choice of being executed by hanging or shot by a firing squad. I guess he's a fan of irony because he chose to get killed by a firing squad. And
yeah, bro, either getting hanged or shot by, you know what I'm saying, a firearm or like a gun. I'm definitely getting choked. I'm choosing to get shot, bro. I'm not hanging, bro. Hanging is like way too, like, it just seems way too painful, like choking, like more suffering. Like, I'd rather just get shot. You know what I'm saying?
His infamous last words were, "Let's do it." Those definitely wouldn't be my final words. I'd probably be screaming. I think Nike must have been inspired by his final last words. Let's do it. Climbing up this list, and at number 9, we're talking about Erskine Childers. Now, I know what you guys must be thinking. Everyone on this list must have committed a horrible crime in order to get the death penalty. Well, he might be our one exception to this rule. Childers was actually an Irish author who wrote a lot of successful successful novels, but he also had a little bit of a dark side. He would smuggle guns into Ireland with his sailing yacht until he was caught and sentenced to death. I mean, this seems pretty harsh, but this was during the late 1800s. But what makes things even worse, he filed an appeal and it was pending when they executed him, which is highly illegal today. So before he was executed by a firing squad, he said, "Take a step forward, lads. It will be easier that way." I don't blame him for being bitter. I think this was a pretty cruel and unusual punishment for his crime. Number 8, we have...
Yeah, that's definitely, way too much for smuggling guns. Like, his last words were, "Step a little further." Bro, my last words would be like, "I love you, mom," or some shit. Bro, like, that's crazy, bro. I can't imagine.
Jimmy Glass, who said, "I'd rather be fishing." Yeah, no shit. I think I'd rather be in a cave of sleeping grizzly bears or at a One Direction concert than be on the chopping block about to die. It's like Jimmy doesn't really give a shit that he's about to die. I think he must have come to terms with his death, because those definitely aren't inspiring or moving last words. I wonder what he picked to be engraved on his tombstone. "I'd rather be alive." But before you start feeling sorry for him, just know that he was a convicted murderer, so he had it coming. John AVALOS ALBA brings us to number 7. He was handed down the death penalty for fatally shooting his wife while he was out on bail for a child molestation charge. He was finally executed by lethal injection on May 25th, 2010. I bet the judge who set his bail was feeling really guilty for
Lethal injection, isn't that when they just inject something and you go to sleep and never wake up?
not setting it higher. So for his final...
That would be, you know what I'm saying, my choice. If that's what it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Statement on Earth, he said, "This airy line." Okay, Warden, let's do it. I love ya. I can taste it already. I'm starting to go. I mean, that just gives me chills. I read that you can feel the cold rush of the lethal injection piercing through your veins. Probably the worst feeling ever. And of course, it's the last feeling ever. I don't know whether or not that's true, but I guess I don't care to know. And now, in at our number 6 spot, we have a really odd last words. James French was a convicted murderer, and he was actually the last person to be executed under Oklahoma's death penalty. He was a pretty violent man. He was already convicted to life in prison for murdering a man who had picked him up from hitchhiking, but he had the desire to die, so that's when he brutally murdered his cellmate in order to get the death penalty. As soon as he was prepped to be executed by the electric chair, he came up with these infamous last words. How's this for a headline? French fries. Do you guys get it? His last name was French, and he was about to get fried by the electric chair. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but it's a little clever. From one scary but clever final statement to another, and at number 5 is George Apple. He said, "Well, gentlemen, you are about to see a baked apple." I would like to think I was given the opportunity for a final statement. I would say something clever like this, but it's also pretty morbid if you think about it. So actually, maybe I would use the opportunity to say something wise. Well, thankfully, I don't really have to think about it because I don't intend to ever be on death row. But anyways, George Apple.
Bro, electric chair is probably one of the worst ones, bro. Being
was originally sentenced to death for committing an evil murder, so I guess he had it coming. Now number 4 brings us to John Rook. In 1980, he kidnapped a 25-year-old nurse in a parking lot where she worked. She was taken to an empty field where she was abused and murdered by Rook. After the killing, he ran her body over with his car. I mean, wow, was that even...
Bro, he's going over the top. He must have had some real hate build up. After he murdered her, he's running her dead body over with a car, bro.
Necessary. After he was sentenced to death, he made several appeals, but they all failed. So on the day of his execution, he said, "Freedom! Freedom at last! It's been a good one. Well, I hope you enjoy your freedom, and I'm glad you won't be able to hurt anyone ever again." Tory Twain McNabb takes us to number 3 on our list. He was executed by lethal injection for killing a police officer back in 1997. His lawyers attempted to make an appeal stating that the state's execution methods was cruel and unusual, but the judge was pretty firm and declined their appeals. So during his final minutes, he said, "Mom, sis, look at my eyes. I got no tears. I am unafraid. To the state of Alabama, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you." And as the procedure began, he raised his middle finger to the police officers, and he actually died in that position. I mean, wow, what an honorable way to go. not. And now at number 2 is Carlos Granados. During a heated argument with his girlfriend, he grabbed a large kitchen knife and stabbed her 3-year-old son. I mean, whoa, talk about anger management issues.
3-year-old
And he also
son?
stabbed his girlfriend 30 times, but she survived and was able to testify against him in court.
Survived
For his
30 stabs?
final meal, he requested fried chicken, pizza, and a soft drink. And right before he was given the lethal injection, he said, "Kathy, you know I never meant to hurt you. I gave you everything, and that's what made me so angry. But I never meant to hurt you. I'm sorry." Well, I think it's a little bit too
Never
late
meant
for
to
an
hurt
apology.
you, bro. You
I hope she
stabbed
didn't even
it.
show up to his execution.
Sure.
Topping off this morbid list, in at number 1, we have Peter Manuel.
Number 1, here we
He is
get.
actually known as Scotland's worst
Wrap
serial
up your
killer
snacks.
ever. He was convicted of murdering a total of 7 people between the years of 1956 and 1958, but it is believed that he killed many, many more people. He was hanged at Glasgow's Barlinnie prison, and he was one of the last people to have ever been executed in these gallows ever since the death penalty was overturned. But before he stepped out to his death, he said, "Turn up the radio and I'll go quietly." There's just something about that statement that gives me the chills. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this.
Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for the video, man. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's that nigga, everybody. Follow social medias down below. Post that bitch at like